Hey, what's going on, y'all? Try something a little different today. I play piano, so thought I'll avoid copyright and make my own music. But anyway, short topic. It's about what Jesus said. Now, he said, "Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves." Now, Jesus was speaking that we live in a world full of evil, full of enemies, whether it be the government, whether it be the man or woman next to us. And there's so much wisdom in what he said. Because if you think about a serpent, Genesis 3:1 says that the serpent is the most subtle and crafty beast of the field. And if you realize what the serpent understood, is he understood to whom he was communicating with. He knew the temptation of Adam and Eve. He knew how to allow their own pride to cause them to disobey God. And also, likewise, but for good, we must know the people around us. We must know the tactic of the enemy, the true enemy. We must understand that it is really starting with us, that anyone who seeks to do evil against us begins. Because in wisdom, you can avoid the situation to begin with and not even have to fight. See, many people, when they enter a situation, they always are trying to be reactive and to clean up. But they're not actually trying to prevent from getting in the situation to begin with. And I can start with how men talk about women, or women talking about men. We all talk about how bad the situation is, whether it be child support or a bad marriage, or how someone's mistreating you, or women taking you for your money, or women disrespecting you as a man. We all talk about these things, but we first must understand what we're dealing with in the mindset of the person before we engage with them, so we can actually discern to avoid a bad situation before we get in it. And that's why he said, "Be wise as serpents." We don't assess the situation before we engage, so that we can be harmless as doves, by not having to even worry about the situation, by not having to fight or resort to violence or tactics or all of these things. We can just prevent the situation. See, evil people must bring evil out of us to first draw a real case against us. Otherwise, their own evil is exposed alone. It's like when you're in an argument or you're debating someone, or someone's trying to incite violence out of you. If you walk away, if you ignore their approach, then they just sit there and look like a fool by themselves. We have to remember that obeying God is sufficient. We don't need to add emotion to the truth of God, because emotion just makes an opening for your enemy by straying away from the truth and exposing your own weaknesses, by exposing the weaknesses of our own ego and our own desire to prove the truth to someone who actually openly rejects the truth. It doesn't make sense. We have to remember there is no peace or compromise with evil. The goal of evil is to draw out more evil. The truth is sufficient unto itself. Even Jesus said he did not come for peace, but as a sword. He came to use the truth to cause division and separation from the good and the bad, so that there will be no mixing. There will be no trying to clean up after the fact. We must see the truth of things, because if you let a fool talk long enough, they will expose themselves. If someone's trying to go to hell, just get out the way. Don't let them drag you with them. So I just want to speak on this because it's so profound. Be wise as serpents, but harmless as doves. See, the only way that makes sense is to seek wisdom to begin with, to avoid a bad situation. And even in the bad situation, not to allow a bad situation to evolve into a worse situation by not only causing one evil people, but two, by allowing that wicked person to make you just as wicked as them. So I just wanted to keep it short and concise. Hope this makes sense. Peace out.